Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Hbar family. This right here is the first update of the month of September. I cannot wrap my head around the fact that we are already in the month of September, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. The year of 2025 is going by very fast, and just like we're going to know, it's just going to be the end of the year. So as we were starting off, the month, it's been not too long ago since we obviously went into September. It's midnight here in North America, depending where you are around the world. You did see over the course of the last 1 hour, the market seeing a little bit of a bounce, but nothing crazy. We want to be paying very close attention to the price of Bitcoin because, of course, that has been, impacting the broader market. And again, some of the key levels we've been speaking about day in, day out on the channel. Obviously, it's a long weekend here in North America, as US, Canada both have a long weekend. So the markets are closed. We're obviously going to see how, when CME futures open up, how the market is going to react. But if you're looking at the price of Hbar right now, 21.4 cents, down 5% over the last 24 hours, also down 4.5% in Bitcoin compared. Now, if you're looking at the market cap, $9.1 billion, so we're clearly below $10 billion valuation. And the 24-hour trading volume is only at about 200 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance index here, you guys can see this for yourself. In a grand scheme of things, like if we were to zoom out and take a look at it from July levels, we're still low quite a bit as far as the dominance is concerned. And this is helping altcoins more than a lot of people are anticipating, because let's say, we were at the levels, of July for the dominance, then, if we were to see Bitcoin do what it just did, then guess what? Altcoins would have been impacted much worse than what we're seeing right now. But look what happened with Bitcoin. We nailed the target. So if you've been watching my channel, every single update that I've given you guys since the price of Bitcoin has been below $115,000, there's one key thing I've been saying, that we're not out of the woods. Lower time frames are still in play, and one key level that I was talking to you guys about was the 23.6 Fibonacci support line to be retested. And you can clearly see this for yourself. Over the course of the last 2 days, we actually retested this 2 different times. So once was yesterday, and once was once was, obviously now it's midnight, once was on August 30th, and once was just yesterday alone at 107. Both times so we've seen pretty much a double bottom for the price of Bitcoin on the 23.6, but we've seen both times a price bounce. But again, not out of the woods yet. Of course, the bulls are trying to keep the price within the 23.6. If it's not able to hold around here, the chances of us dropping below and maybe retesting 105, potentially even going below 100k, is still on the table, which of course will impact altcoins. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, if we remain above this key support line, amazing, but we want to reclaim above 115. Pretty much simple as that. Confirmation would be around 112, but we need to be above 115 to be like, what, this is where the price of Bitcoin is kind of safe. And I've been saying that pretty much since we've dropped below it. So, and again, if you want to put this into perspective, since dropping below, the price of Bitcoin has gone down literally 7%. You can't make this up. Now, if you're looking at Hbar did something, of course, we've been speaking about on the channel. So we were obviously hovering within the 61.8 for literally almost 2 months. If I were to bring out the chart for you guys and zoom out, you can see this for yourself. Literally since July 13th, we were consolidating within the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, but you can see this for yourself. We have dropped below it for the first time since July 13th. And, look at, in terms of the target itself, right now the door is pretty much open for us to retest 20.8 cents, and as of now, we haven't really seen any sort of a relief bounce, and this is about a 2.25% move from where we currently are. Nothing crazy. Maybe at the time of you watching this update, if Bitcoin is not able to hold around the 23.6, we see this potentially even lower time frames. I know no one wants to hear this, but I personally said this in my I believe XRP update. I think if the price of Bitcoin were to drop below the 23.6, the sooner the better, because I think a rate cut, in terms of probability, rate cut is subject to happen this month. and I think that is going to have a really positive impact on the crypto space. So if we were to see a flush, I think the flush, the sooner the better, especially for Bitcoin. So that means altcoins will definitely be impacted. So in terms of a strength, like in terms of like a solid support for Hbar below the 61.8, lies at around 18.8 cents, give or take. And if you want to put that into perspective, that is a move of about 12.7%. So quite a sharp pullback. And I want you guys to be aware, because we're below the 61.8, these are key levels to be looking out for. And not be surprised if these levels are retested, of course, because Bitcoin is not at the levels where we want it to be. Obviously, like I said, long weekend, I have to keep that into perspective. We want to see some sort of a bounce, going into the next 24 hours or so. But as of now, where Bitcoin's currently hovering, obviously, we could potentially still see a little bit more downside, which will have an impact on altcoins, including H. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Of course, obviously from June 23rd lows, we're still, up quite a bit. And I still think, we're in this upwards trend. It hasn't been invalidated. Obviously, we're seeing a correction right now. So is the king of the market. If Bitcoin's about to drop 7%, after dropping below 115, that itself is not a small move by any means in Bitcoin standard. So again, when you kind of put one and two together, it's going to have an impact on altcoins. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Of course, love you all. See you later on Crypto ZX, and peace out.